Welcome back, everybody, whoever that might be, the one or two souls out there right now that have stumbled across this video blog. Today I thought we'd talk about rituals and habits in our life in 5 minutes or less. I was talking to my friend, the 5-minute guy, earlier today about what I plan on talking about, and he made a joke about saying, "Oh, you mean like doing a second video?" I go, "Well, yeah." So here it is on habits and rituals in our life, why they're important. A big part of habits in our life, and the church is a big advocate of habits down through the centuries, is to kind of establish a normality to our life and a rhythm to our life. For instance, let's just take a simple one. Getting up and going to bed at the same time every day, if you're able to do that, is really important to your overall health physically and mentally and even spiritually. Lack of sleep will destroy all three of those things rapidly. Irregular sleep will destroy all three of those things soon enough. So if you can maintain a good habit of going to sleep at a certain time and getting up at a certain time, that's what would be ideal. I get up pretty much at the same time every day. Have an alarm set. Usually I wake up before the alarm. For me, the real difficult thing is going to sleep at the end of the day. Ideally, when you do night prayer, you got to go to bed. But a lot of times I do night prayer, and I'm reading something on the internet, I'm reading a book, I'm taking a look at something on the phone. And I know they say the old glowing screen does something to your brain that makes it much more difficult to enter into sleep. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I hear. So, but a big part of contentment is that ritual, that I am getting enough sleep. I'm probably getting about 6.5, 7 hours. I know I probably need more, but that works, and I get a little nap. And that seems to work for me. And then my morning rituals are always the same. Getting out of bed, taking care of business, doing my prayers, and then for the last 5 months, I've been going up to exercise, usually 5 or 6 days a week, which has been very good for me. I've had periods in my life earlier where I did the same thing. One of my best 2 years in the seminary is where I was exercising 5 days a week, going down to our little gym in the seminary and exercising 5 days a week, gotten feeling great, not just great shape, which I don't think I think I'm beyond great shape anymore, but just physically feeling better, having that ritual in my life. And I chuckle because last Friday at a communion call, one of my communion calls had a thing on her fridge from the doctor, and the doctor talking to the patient in this cartoon. Which fits more into your busy schedule? 1 hour a day or 24 hours of being dead? And just a humble reminder that a little exercise, an hour a day, can overall increase our health and perhaps our longevity. And then the other thing is like prayers. As a priest, we do Liturgy of the Hours and make a promise to do that. It runs on a 4-week cycle, and it's predominantly the same every 4 weeks, with some exceptions. There are exceptions for liturgical seasons. Some of the prayers and readings are different for Advent, Christmas, Lent, and Easter. And then Office of Readings runs in kind of a 4-week cycle for the Psalms, and then a 1-year cycle for the readings. So right now we're finishing up Jeremiah and finishing up a sermon from Pope Leo the Great, and soon we'll be getting ready for Ezekiel and St. Augustine. And it kind of runs in that same cycle, and if you pray long enough, you kind of know what's coming. The key to ritual is not to let ritual become mindless. The goal of ritual prayer, whether it's the Office of Readings or the Office, Liturgy of the Hours for a priest, or Mass for all of us, is ritual is to make us selfless. I don't focus on me. I'm focused on what I'm doing. I am praising God. I am joining the church in prayer. I'm contemplating something in sacred scripture, the lives of the saints, or whatever it is. It is to be selfless. The last thing I'm thinking of is me. The first thing I'm thinking of is God. The next thing I'm thinking of are my neighbors, and then finally me. Put me in the third slot. The problem with ritual prayer, whether it's Mass or Liturgy of the Hours, is that selfless is parked right next to mindless in our minds. So here you got selfless, and here you got mindless, and there's sometimes just a fine line dividing them. And mindless prayer is not efficacious at all. We want to be mindful as much as possible about what we're doing. Not that everything is charged with immense meaning or importance or anything like that, but we ought to know why we do what we do. What does it mean to me? What's the significance of it? Especially prayer. Prayer is so important. I mean, if we're reaching out to God, oh, there are the crickets. I may have to continue this again another day. Anyway, maybe for the next talk, prayer should be selfless, not mindless. Goodbye.